The government of Malta is delighted to be hosting, for the first time in Malta, the 2017 Commonwealth Government Conference that will be discussing the theme Fit for the Future. It is a pleasure for us to welcome you to this prestigious conference, and as I had stated when I launched the conference back in May last year, this is a splendid opportunity not only for our country, but also for our local councils. This conference is an optimum opportunity for our local councils to compare their experience with the representatives of the local councils of the countries participating in this conference. Malta is renowned for the organization and hosting of international events. Successful Commonwealth Head of Government meeting in 2015 and which was the major event of the Commonwealth, comes immediately to mind. However, I must also look back at the first 6 months of this year, during Malta's term of the presidency of the Council of the European Union. We, as a small island nation, are proud of our outstanding success whenever we are entrusted with organizing or hosting major international conferences and events. Malta is indeed a country where decisions are taken. Let me come back to this conference, which will take place in the coming days. The Commonwealth Local Government Conference is truly a worldwide event, which will provide an excellent opportunity for high-level exchanges between policymakers from around the world. I believe that local government issues and problems are best tackled by sharing best practices and learning from one another. When we share experiences, we learn that issues we are facing may be the same issues that our friends from other countries might be facing. Our country is small in size, may be the size of a local council in one of the major countries, represented here during the conference. However, we may share the same difficulties and experiences. Moreover, I am sure that the discussions during the conference will benefit us all, irrespective of the country, level, and type of challenges we are facing. During this conference, delegates will strive to strike agreements of synergies with strong emphasis on practitioner requirements, especially in relation to modes of how local government can work in a smarter way, which fits with Malta's own structural reform agenda as laid down in our national reform program. The conference will focus on strategies aimed at boosting local government resource base and capacity to improve its performance and service delivery, and ensuring it is fit for purpose to meet not only the demands of today, but also the demands of the future. Next year, our system of local government will be celebrating 25 years since its inception. Local government was established in 1993, and the law which set up local councils has been around, of course, for 25 years next year, and it gave birth to 68 local councils. It serves also as a regulatory mechanism for local councils' operations. Let me put you in perspective. Our local councils range from the smallest, being the local council of the old Maltese capital city of Mdina, with a population of just under 300, to the most populous city on the island, that of Birkirkara, with a population of just under 23,000. Notwithstanding this relatively short period of 25 years, our local councils have their own examples of good practice in the administration of localities and the management of resources. Having said this, we are looking ahead to enhance the local government system. The conference comes at a time when we are discussing a reform of local governance, and I find it opportune to thank my good friend, the Parliamentary Secretary, the Honourable Silvio Parnis, who is responsible for the local government in my ministry, for his dedication on this subject. This process will see a major reform of the setup of our local councils a reform which will enhance the system and strengthen the Maltese policy of decentralisation. The local council reform will see revisions not only of the law, which may be the easiest part, but also the various regulations governing the local councils. Baroness Scotland, Dr. Munro, Excellencies, distinguished guests, delegates and participants, this year's Commonwealth Local Government Conference will also see the launching of the Commonwealth Women in Local Government Network. The Government of Malta is committed and is absolutely making and doing its utmost to see better participation of women in all aspects of our socio-economic sphere. As from its first days in the previous legislature, in 2013, the government started to introduce policies and measures particularly targeted to make it possible for women to better participate in all our decision-taking fora, including our local councils. But we have still a long way ahead. However, our aim is to provide the best possible environment to enhance the participation of women in all sectors. On another note, on behalf of the Government of Malta, and also personally, as the Minister responsible for culture, may I invite you all during your stay on our beautiful island to take time to enjoy not only our enchanting scenery, but also our rich historical culture. Malta is dense in history. We are rich in cultural heritage, which goes back thousands of years, and rich in its architecture, spanning from the Neolithic age temples to the contemporary. I am particularly proud that our capital city, Valletta, is on the eve of taking the prestigious role as the European Capital of Culture for next year. We have prepared a packed year for this major event with innovative, contemporary, but also traditional and unique culture. One final note, I would like to commemorate the memory of one of our leading mayors, Joe Attard, who has unfortunately passed away only last Saturday. Joe Attard has been a mayor since practically the start of local councils in Malta, and he took the mayorship at a time when his village, and incidentally my own village, wasn't looked particularly well by people. There were instances in the past which unfortunately blotted the name of Zaytoun, the local council, which Mr. Attard used to preside over, but Mr. Attard managed to almost single-handedly turn the situation into an opportunity. And through local government and through local councils, he turned Zaytoun from a village which had its own controversies into a village which is one of the most beautiful in the island, and which is one which, fills you with pride of being Maltese, of being part of this wonderful society. So I thank Joe Attard. I wish his family all the very best upon during these very difficult days. And I would ask a favor of you to dedicate this conference to Joe Attard's memory. Thank you so much. May I augur you all a healthy and fruitful discussion during the coming 4 days, and I invite you to find time not only to work, but also to mingle with our local population, to taste our renowned warmth and friendliness. Thank you very much.